by now we all kind of know that that whatever happening in Bangladesh right now, I mean, all this support for Jamaat-e-Islami, all the radical terrorists and support for Yunus and all that, the West is actually supporting it. The West is actually rooting for it. The United States, European Union, and other foreign powers, like important foreign power, they are blindly supporting Yunus government and his radical allies, the radical Islamists and terrorists, all these organizations. It's now confirmed. It's not a shock for us, of course, because we have been saying it out loud for a while now, for years. But now it's kind of the reality that nobody wanted to witness. I mean, you all have heard the leaked audio of some certain foreign diplomats, right? US diplomats, and the way he was rooting for Jamaat-e-Islami and all that, and the way he wants them in power and all that. So he was speaking on behalf of the United States, and obviously the rest of the Western world, like the European Union and other countries, they are also following the footsteps of the United States. For example, the European Union, they're basically a blind fan of Dr. Yunus, right? And they're even sending a parliamentary electoral observers, election observers from EU. They will be in Bangladesh on February 9th. So European Union practically sending an election observer team, a high voltage election observer team with a lot of big budget in Bangladesh to observe a rigged election. The election is totally rigged, already rigged. They're saying it out loud. It's out in the public. There is nothing to hide. The biggest political party in Bangladesh is banned. And all these Islamist radicals and Jamaat-e-Islami and Yunus's gangs and BNP, they're all, colluding together, to rig the election. The postal ballots are found in many different countries, already, marked with their choice and everything. So this is so funny that the European Union is actually sending an election observer team for a rigged election. So it is safe to say that even the European Union, unfortunately, supporting this mockery of administration, this interim government, and supporting all these terrorist, radical Islamists and all that. But there is a danger to it. There is a big danger to it. I mean, we are witnessing all of this from the United States, from the European Union. We are actually witnessing it. The people of Bangladesh are witnessing it. The progressive, secular people, secular-minded people are observing all this. Yes, some of us talking and most of us not talking about it, but it doesn't mean we're not witnessing it. Doesn't mean we're not seeing it. So what is the danger? The danger is if you're supporting radical Islamist terrorists and all these dangerous organization in a country to reign in power, to get the power to rule a country, this will eventually affect you too, affect your own land. Maybe you are thinking that, okay, whatever we are doing is in Bangladesh, is not going to touch us in European Union, it's not going to touch us in France or in in Brussels or in Italy. You can think that, okay, that's human nature to think in a very easy way of your wrongdoing. But that's not the case, because you have a lot of people, you have a lot of expats, you have a lot of immigrants, the Muslim immigrants, you have a lot of other kind of immigrants in your country. Some of them are your citizens, some of them are your residents, some of them are your asylum seekers and all that. They are also observing you. They are also seeing you supporting the radicals. So in their mind, they will think one day that, well, all the Europeans, the European Union and their diplomats, they're actually supporting Yunus. In Bangladesh, they're actually supporting the radical terrorists, the radicalism, the radical Islamism, the non-progressive, non-secular people in Bangladesh. It means, we can think that, Europe is actually aligning with radical terrorists, Islamists. They have a soft corner for people like Osama bin Laden or ISIS or something like that. So someday soon, they will think that it is very safe to start some activities in Europe, because you are setting an example that you are supporting them. You will see Muslim Brotherhood and organizations like that are branching out in a bigger way. You will see a lot of expats, especially from Bangladesh. They will join the cause of Muslim Brotherhood and other terrorist organization in Europe or in the USA, because you are setting an example that you are supporting that in Bangladesh. People are watching. I have met people like them in Europe. I've been in Europe for a while and I've been roaming around, and I actually captured a lot of people, captured in my camera, and talked to a lot of people who are similar minded. They think that the European Union, the European countries, they are supporting, radicalism, they're supporting Sharia law, they're supporting, radical terrorists in Bangladesh, it means they're also supporting the Muslim Brotherhood and alike in Europe. So these people, they will, or they are already joining the forces with organizations like Muslim Brotherhood, organizations like ISIS, or any other radical movement that are happening. In one way, you are supporting Yunus in Bangladesh and giving your support, like heartfelt support to radical terrorists in Bangladesh. In another way, you are also doing the same thing in your own land. And someday, your own people will realize it. The European people, the American people, they will realize that our government is actually sponsoring terrorism in other countries. How can we complain about terrorism in our own country? How can we complain about it if something happens, if there is a Muslim Brotherhood branches, if there are some kind of other kind of penetrations from the radicals? How can we complain? That's what your citizens will think someday. Not today. It's not going to be today, but someday. Because you see, whatever you are doing is now being witnessed by 180 million people of Bangladesh. 180 million people is not a small number. It's a really big number. And the way they're thinking about all this, and someday, soon, they will talk about it loudly, that will reach to your land, your shore. That's going to happen. And you are enabling them. And you are also enabling a lot of like-minded radical terrorists inside your own country by supporting Yunus in Bangladesh. You think that you are doing a good thing. I have no idea. Why do you think that supporting Yunus, supporting this Jamaati Islami radical terrorists, and supporting this rigged election, promoting this rigged election, sending observer team to Bangladesh to support this election, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know why you think that it's a good idea, but it's really a bad idea. I'm not in a place to, advise anyone, especially the diplomats, or make a suggestion about all this, but you should do better, you know that, right? Even an ordinary person can understand that. But you can't, or you do, but you are deliberately doing it. It is going to ring a bell soon. Not in Bangladesh. Okay, forget Bangladesh. It's done. It's gone. Bangladesh is kind of destroyed. Okay, I take it. But you're sending a very wrong message to your own people, to your own land. You are deliberately enabling a lot of people that always thought that Europe or America, were always against terrorism, were always against radicalism, they're pro-secularism and all that. That belief system now gone, and now they're rethinking, reshaping their thoughts, and someday soon they will think that it's normal to join the Muslim Brotherhood. It's normal to join the ISIS while staying in Europe, because Europe actually supports it, and there are proofs, there are evidence. You're making it normal. You are normalizing terrorism everywhere in the world. Congratulations.